Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell by the title, I want to talk a little bit about my Made by Mitchell pop-up experience. So I just want to do a video and show you the things that we got in the lucky bag, which is down there, and then also talk about my experience because I have some thoughts on the whole experience which I want to share. A little bit of context: Made by Mitchell announced on his TikTok that he was doing a pop-up kind of event in Manchester, and it was the first 300 people would get a lucky bag like this. Then it was changed to being the first 150 people would get a lucky bag with all of the contents inside, and then the second 150 people would get everything inside the bag, just not the bag. So it was the 300 in total, but there was a little bit of confusion originally. We were thinking it was the whole 300 would get the bag and everything in the bag. So to my understanding, everyone who did see Made by Mitchell did end up getting a free item from his range, whether it was a blush or a curve case or something like that. I love Made by Mitchell. Made by Mitchell is one of my favourite brands. I have quite a lot of stuff by Made by Mitchell. This whole bag is filled with Made by Mitchell, including the bag itself. I have a couple of the cases, and even to my everyday makeup bag, which again is Made by Mitchell, I have products in here that I use on the daily that are indeed Made by Mitchell. So very much well loved products. So I'm a huge fan of Made by Mitchell and have been for quite a while. I was really excited at the opportunity to be able to go and meet him. So in terms of what I did, I stopped over in Manchester with Matthew the evening before. We got up at around 6 AM to get to the event where it was being held at around, I think it was 7 or 7:10. So we got there quite early. The event was from 10 till 5. So we got there a fair few hours before. There was people in front of us, but there was a girl who was in front of us, and she was actually counting how many people were there. And when I say a girl in front of us, I don't mean a member of staff, I just mean a member of the public. And she was counting how many people were there, and going off of her maths, she said we were 115 and 116 in the queue. So well within that 150 amount of people to get one of the free bags. In terms of the event, so it was a wonderful experience to be able to meet Mitchell and to get the bag, which I'll show you. However, if I'm being really frank, and I have voiced this already, I have left comments on Mitchell's page and I have said this to people who were also in the queue and just in general, but I feel like the event was really poorly managed, to be really transparent. There were people cutting in the line, there were people arguing, and there was a huge level of ugliness. People were being incredibly rude and inappropriate too, which is just completely unneeded. That for me was a massive put off. Like, that made the whole experience not my cup of tea. I'm very non-confrontational. That's not my vibe. That's not who or what I am about. But the fact that people seem to think it was appropriate or okay to be rude to other people when you're all in line to meet Mitchell, it should be a nice experience, an enjoyable experience. Now, thankfully, the girls who were in front of me, they were lovely, like really nice. We spoke a little bit, talked about what products we liked, and that's what it should be. It should be a nice, enjoyable thing because we're all going to meet Mitchell. It should be a thing of excitement, not a thing of drama or people being disrespectful and bullying other people, because there was some bullying happening there. Now, retrospectively, and Mitch did also post a video on his actual TikTok, I don't think he anticipated as many people to arrive. However, there should have been more of an organisation system because people were cutting the line. Security only appeared towards the end of that kind of time when people were queuing up. So it started at 10, it finished at 5. People were queuing up, like myself, hours before, but only towards that 10 AM did security really appear. And when I say appear, they didn't do anything. They walked up and down a little bit, not for the whole duration of the line because the line went really far back, streets and streets back. It took people in the actual line going to security to say, you know, so and so's jumped the line and all of this. Security, they did absolutely nothing, which was not great. Overall, my experience meeting Mitch, he was absolutely lovely. I had, like I always do, I did have Made by Mitchell products on. I had the Space Cowboy purple glitter on, which he noticed, and we had a little chat about that. And it was a really nice experience. He also had Holly there, who is also a makeup artist, and she was really lovely. She said she liked my coat, which was nice. And it was a really nice experience meeting him. Matthew and I were within that 150 people, which was really exciting. And big thank you to the girl who was actually in front of us, because like I say, she was doing all the counting and she roughly worked out that we were like 115 and 116 in the line, which was great because I probably would have lost count after 100. So I appreciated that she did that, and that was really nice. And I don't think I'm alone in my experience. From what I have heard, the general consensus is something really similar, that the organisation of the event was quite poor when the event is meant to be something really nice and sincere and genuine, and Mitch is going out of his way to give us this opportunity to meet him and give us this free stuff. Even to the fact that, and I have quite literally seen this the other day, there are people on Vinted selling these bags with the products in for £250. Bear in mind, people have also queued hours and just weren't within that 150 people to get this. So you'll have your opinions on that. I have my opinions on it. This is what the bag looks like. It is a big holographic bag, and this whole collaboration is in collaboration with Holly. So the Holly Pop range, which I think actually most of it has sold out now, but we do have a Holly Pop collab range also in here, which is really exciting. This is what the bag looks like. On this side, which I didn't notice until after I got it, and I don't know if my camera will pick it up, but it does actually say Made by Mitchell. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it does say Made by Mitchell on there, which is really cool. And it's a really good size bag, really exciting. Inside the bag we've gotten 4 things, which I will of course show you every single thing that we got. So the first thing that we got is this, which is a small Nivea micellar water. Looks like this. And I believe this was put in here because Holly, on her Instagram makeup page, she actually uses this product to sharpen lip lines when she overdraws lips. So I believe that's why we've got this one in here, because Holly herself actually likes this product. So that's cool. So that was the first one we got. We then got a hat, and everybody who was within that 150 people got these products. The only thing that might look slightly different is which particular hat you got, but this is what everyone got. And this is the hat that we got, which says When the Sun Goes Down. Just looks like that. One of her products, her collections within the Made by Mitchell range she's come out with, is called this, so linking to that range. We then have this, which is the No Lie lash curler. It looks like this. I haven't opened this yet, but this is what it looks like. And I'm excited to get this because as of current, I don't actually have an eyelash curler, and I have really short, straight lashes despite my hair being really curly, and they're really stubborn eyelashes that don't want to curl. So it'll be interesting to see if a more expensive eyelash curler makes a difference and actually curls the lashes. But we got that. Then the last product we got, and arguably one of the most exciting products, although it's all super exciting, is this, which is from the brand new Holly Pop collection, and it is the Holly Pop 4-piece brush set that looks like this, in again that beautiful holographic bag. This is what the bag looks like. So on one side it says Made by Mitchell, and on the other side it just says Holly Pop. And then we have a range of different brushes that look like this. So they are pink, and I will just take out one to show you. This is what they look like. They're really cute, and they do feel really soft. I think they are synthetic, really soft, really nice. And I do have Made by Mitchell brushes, and they are really good. So I quite like the Made by Mitchell brushes, and I think brushes are always really handy to have. So that was the last product that we got in the Made by Mitchell goodie bag. As I say, it does say Made by Mitchell on it, and it also says Made by Mitchell Holly Pop, because again, this was the collaboration he was doing with Holly. They were all the products that we got. I really like the products. The more I was thinking about it on Sunday when I was on my way home, I actually think the product range is really good that they put in the bag, because it's really inclusive. He's catered to quite a wide range of his demographic within that bag, if that makes sense, and a really decent thing of him to do, because he did not have to do any of that. And personally, I am very appreciative to have met him, been one of the 150 people, and to have had that opportunity. So I'm very grateful and appreciative and thankful for it. So that's really all I can say about that. Again, it was really amazing actually meeting him. I will insert pictures for you guys to see. However, the queuing experience, absolutely not. Not sure I would actually do that again. Also, shout out to Matthew, who also joined me, even though in honesty and truth he probably didn't want to, but that was really kind of him to actually join me and be there. He did also get one of the Made by Mitchell goodie bags that is going to go in my collection of Made by Mitchell, so I'm going to keep that for my collection purposes and display purposes, but the other one I am actually going to use those products, but the second bag is going for display purposes because I tend to collect things that I think are pretty, so there we are. But hopefully you've enjoyed watching this video. This video isn't meant to be a negative video whatsoever. The goal of it is actually still to be quite positive and voice my appreciation. However, it is important to be fully transparent and voice my experience on the small platform that I have, and the experience of meeting Mitchell was amazing. The experience of being in that queue was absolutely not amazing. I was really tempted to just leave because I didn't want to have to listen to people arguing over spots and people being rude to each other. That's not what I want to do on my Saturday morning. Matthew though was really rational. He was like, well, we've travelled all the way here, you know, we're in line, it would be silly to not actually stay in line, which is 100% true. But I do feel like that experience did dampen the whole overall experience. And again, that's not aimed at one particular person, that's just kind of aimed overall at the experience. It should have been better managed, there should have been wristbands, there should have been something. It was not an enjoyable experience. Now, I have queued up before to meet other people, so going back to around probably like 9 or 10 years ago, I did actually queue to meet Kat Von D in London. And that experience, people can say what they want to say about Kat Von D, whether you love her or hate her is a separate conversation, but I queued up to meet Kat Von D, and that experience was monumentally different to the experience I had when I met Made by Mitchell. The experience with Kat Von D was absolutely amazing, so I thought the Made by Mitchell experience would be something similar. That was not a thing in the actual queue itself, which is disappointing. But to summarise, love the things that we got. Think it is amazing. Love the fact that I met Mitchell in and of itself. Think to have been in that 150 people and gotten these things is a really lovely bonus that I'm very excited and happy about. And I just wanted to hop on here, talk a little bit about my experience, show you the things for anyone that is interested, and hopefully have that conversation. So if you went to Made by Mitchell, pop up event, what was your experience like? I also seen on TikTok that the queue went streets and streets back, so I am very happy, whilst early, that Matthew and I got there at the time we did, because the queue only got more and more insane throughout the day. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll speak to you on my next video. So until then, goodbye guys.